Hi, today I'd like to share with you a new package I've been working on for golang. It's called Figure, and what it does, it allows you to load configurations using a YAML file for your Go application, but it also allows you to override the values using environment variables. The use case for such a behavior is very well known, and in fact there are a few other packages that does exactly the same. What I like about my package is that it utilizes Golang 1.18 Go generics, where we can easily parse the data from the YAML file to any structure that you would like to parse to. The use case is mostly when your application needs to run under some kind of different environments. For example, maybe it's a Kubernetes deployment or a container, a Docker container, or any place that your application may run in a different environment, and you need to reconfigure some of the stuff from the original config file. So instead of writing hard-coded configurations for your application, you would probably like to plant some of the environment variables, some of the configurations using environment variables from the OS in which you're running your application. So let's see an example. So let's start a project. It's called Fig Test. Okay, so now we'll get the package. So go get github.com. And this is version 2 because we're already in version 2. Version 1 was a whole lot different. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is to write my YAML config file. Okay, so this is my YAML file, and I put some maybe environment, which is a string. Right now it's test and a port, and I have a couple of different maps like options A and options B, and they both have write mode, which is a Boolean, and others, which in one case is an array of characters, an array of strings, and the other case is an array of integers. So let's open up a main.go, and the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to represent this YAML file as a struct. Okay, so now that I have a config structure which represent my YAML file, all I have to do is to simply load up my YAML file, and it will automatically parse it to my struct. So let's do it the quick and dirty way. So we're calling figure load config, and here we're going to put figure.settings, and really all we have to supply if we want to use some of the default values, we can supply. The only thing that we really have to supply is the path for this YAML file. So this is config.yaml, and we should provide a prefix to tell our program how to find our environment variables. So let's use my app like this, and since we do it the quick and dirty way, we're going to panic with an error, and if not an error, we're simply going to print our config file. Okay, and since we're using Go generics, we should supply our load config the type that we want to parse to. So this is config, it's our type. Oops, I have a little mistake here. So now if we run this, we should see our config file. And this pretty much represents exactly what we have in the config.yaml. So we have test, which is our env, we have port, which is 555, then we have a map with a write mode, which is true, and inside of it there's also an array of strings, which is A, B, C, And then options B, it's another map that we have right mode false and 1, 2, 3. So exactly what we want. But now if I, for example, want to change some of the things. So for example, let's change the port. So I can export a new variable, and we supply this prefix. So my app port is now 9999. So if I go run, you can see that 9999 is our new port. And it works in every depth that we want. So let's say we want to change the others of options B from 1, 2, 3 to maybe 4, 5, 6, or just 4, 5. Let's do it just for fun. So we can do export my app options. And by default, we put one underscore for spaces and 2 underscores for maps that contain other values, other keys. So options B, and then we're looking for others, okay? And we want to change to 4, 5, like that. So if we run it again, we'll see that now we have 4, 5, okay? Let's change the write mode of options A. So export my app options A, and we want to change write mode, and we want to change it from true to false. Okay, we can write false also like this, and it will work. Go run, oops, go run, and there you have it. So we changed it. We changed from true to false. So there you go. It's a very easy to use package, and I think it provides a really flexible and easy way to to run your configurations in different environments. If you want to see more things that more configs that you can change, you can go to this setting type, and you'll see you have file prefix. You can change the separator, and you can change the map separator. So what kind of separator you want to put for nested maps. So for example, here our default separator is a 1 underscore, and map separator is double underscore. And we can actually change different conventions that our YAML is written with. So for example, if my YAML is written in snake case, not camel case, I can actually choose a snake case, or I can choose snake and caps. So you could do it, but if you use the default, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is to just provide a file path and a prefix, and the structure that you want to parse your YAML or your environment variables into. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. And if you like it, you have the link in the description. And see you next time. Bye-bye.